My name is Uta, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm very honored and very pleased to being here to teach this class. And I'm very happy that Yoga Studies Institute created this beautiful initiative, because this initiative came about when people said we should really come together as a global community and help people with this wisdom, which is truly transformative and which will really help to bring the world together, mainly in peace. And you will understand as we go along how we need to understand that. So today, it is a very special event in that, and we did not know that when we scheduled this event. Today is International Women's Day. And what better day to celebrate the achievement of Lady Niguma, who was a very special yogini in the 10th century ancient India. And you can probably imagine how little her contribution and how little her wisdom was appreciated then and acknowledged even. So now this is all changing, okay? So, and those of you who are here online and here in the studio today, maybe you should all listen very carefully, because now it will be our responsibility to carry it on and really transmit that beautiful wisdom. So first off, let me say, because of, International Women's Day, we all have both energies, male and female energies in us. And of course, males have more male energy and females have more female energy. But, the goal really is over time to balance these energies out. And on the day that you become a perfected being, these energies will be completely balanced. So what does that even mean? What does that even mean? And how do we go about it? And you see, Lady Niguma had very profound knowledge of the subtle body and the inner energies and the way they flow there. And so for us to understand more about it, I will have to show you a little bit about the inner body. Before I do, let me say it's known that there are 72,000 channels, like meridians, in our body. And today, in order to explain it more easily, I'm going to talk to you about 3 channels. These channels are physical, but they are subtle at the same time. And the way this is, it's like when you see a sun ray come through the window, it's physical. Yes, there are like dust particles in it, but you cannot touch it. And the same with these channels. They would not show up on an X-ray like other organs would. Yet they are crucial for us, and they are crucial to carry the energies. So let me start. This is one channel, and it's the left-hand channel, also called Ida, which is Sanskrit for sheep, which is the color white, and that's the female channel. It starts here at the left nostril, inside, of course, and then runs under the skull, down the neck, and then down in front of the spine and curves under in between our legs. So that's the left-hand channel. The right-hand channel, also called Pingala, like pink, is the male channel. And that runs on the right side, starts at the bottom of the nose, runs under the skull, and then down in front of our spine and also curves down under in between our legs. When energies run into in these channels, then they are associated with certain kinds of thoughts that we have. And on the left side, those thoughts are what we call ignorant liking. like really grabbing for things. I want, without understanding where the things that we want really come from. So just keep that in mind. I'll talk about that later. On the right side, when we have a lot of energy run on the right side, then this is associated with thoughts of ignorant disliking, ignorant rejecting. So we reject things, not understanding where these things came from in the first place. And in the central channel, this is the third channel, which starts at the top of the nose, also running under the skull, down in front of the spine, and also curving in between our legs. This is the channel where we would like to get all of our energy. Because when the energy runs in this channel, then our thoughts are thoughts of deep understanding, deep equanimity, deep compassion, and deep joy. So, okay, yeah, now your question is like, but how do these relate, these three? I have a little model. I always bring it. And some of you already know this. Let me put it like this. Like I said, this starts at the top of the nose and left and right at the bottom of the nose. And then, unfortunately, these side channels, the white one and the red one, they crisscross the central channel and choke it. So the beautiful thoughts of deep wisdom and equanimity and peace and compassion is choked, cannot flow freely, and will make us into much less than we could be. If we had these thoughts all day, we would speak differently, we would act differently, we would think differently, right? So it really is important for us to try to get the side channels off of the central channel. These knots here need to be loosened so that the energy can flow freely. And these knots actually are also known as chakras. So what we often hear chakras are, they're often described as like energy wheels that are like turning, and they are kind of benign and free. But what they really are is they are choke points, and they are rather deadly choke points. So we need, if we want to completely transform, we need to loosen these knots. And the way this is done in the Lady Niguma system, and it's really that way in all yoga systems. It's just that Lady Niguma, this incredibly insightful yogini, knew that it has to be done very systematically, ideally from the root chakra all the way to the crown chakra. So starting at the first chakra, working the way up to the crown chakra. And the way she suggests we do that is by applying 4 elements, like 4 movements to each and every chakra. And how could that look? I will tell you. You could first like make a twisting movement and then untwist this side channel, the white one in this case. And then everything that was once twisted is crooked, right? So the energy in here is still trapped. We need to straighten this channel so that the energy can flow faster and can flow out. And that's the idea. So the first movement is a twisting movement to untwist. The second is a stretching to accelerate and fasten the energy. The third one is, now that the energy is coming out, we are pooling the energy. That's the third element. So some kind of a gathering. And then the fourth movement is a distributing that energy that we freed into the central channel, right? Because that's where we want it. So those are the 4 movements. And I guess you're overwhelmed now. And I was too at the beginning. But please bear with me because I'm also going to explain it during the practice. And what it does, it, as I said, systematically opens your knots and frees the energy from the side channels and then puts it into the central channel. And maybe you know from all of your other practices that when you're in Shavasana, you don't really have a problem. You're like, you are peaceful and you are feeling this equanimity because this is what's happening. All yoga practices put the energy or try to put the energy into the central channel. But as I said, Lady Niguma does it in a very, very systematic way. And so let's do that today on behalf of all women, but of course also all men. And because it works for all of them, the female and the male energy, they should both not be stuck in the side channels. They should all be in the central channel and get transformed there. Okay. So I spoke a little fast and I want to apologize to the translators. Will you forgive me? Because we have beautiful translators here. And when I get passionate about this Lady Niguma system, which I still do, then I do run away. So I promise I will speak slower while I practice. And I would like to ask everybody to come to the short end of your mat. Stand there because we're going to do a brief sun salutation to warm up the body. Okay? Okay. So I think I probably better put this on the floor. I need to quickly see that I'm in the picture. 1 second. Head is still cut off. 1 second. Okay, so everybody, we are starting on the left side, but you stay like this. This is perfect. And so please bring your hands by the center. And inhale. And exhale your hands back, palms facing back. Lifting your arms way up overhead, come into a slight back bend. And then bend your knees, interlace your fingers, and drop your torso onto your thighs. Exhale. Inhale, hands outside your feet, and step your left leg all the way back onto your left knee. Looking up, stretching the groin. Very good. Okay. Hands outside your right foot and come into a beautiful plank. Strong plank here. Very good. Let's rock back and forth a little bit. And come into knees, chest, chin. Pushing through the pose. Looking up. Curling the toes under and into downward facing dog. Exhaling here deeply. Pick up the left foot, bring it in between your hands, and come to the right knee. Stretching the groin here. Looking up. Hands outside the left foot. Step your right next to the left. Look halfway up. Bend your knees, interlace your hands and arms over your head. Exhale. Coming up. Bringing your hands and arms overhead. Small back bend. Hands into Anjali Mudra. And in one continuous motion, bring your hands back again. Arms facing back. Lifting up, small back bend. Bending your knees. Clasping your hands overhead. Keep your knees bent or straight, up to you. Bring your hands outside your feet and now step the right foot all the way back onto your right knee. Deep stretch of the groin. Hands outside the left foot. Step your left foot next to the right into a beautiful plank pose. Knees, chest, chin. Coming through into cobra pose, looking up. Down, down. Exhaling. Exhaling 2. Exhaling 3. Exhaling 4. Exhaling 5. Step your right foot in between your hands. Knees again to the ground. Deep stretch. Bring your left foot next to the right. Inhale halfway up. Lower your torso over your thighs. Knees bend or straight. And coming up. Bring your hands overhead. And into small back bend. Very good. Hands in front of your heart. Okay. All right. Come to seated. So here we are going to start, and let me remove the lamp a little bit so you can see. So we are going to start opening the first chakra, first knot, Muladhara chakra. And we're going to do that by straightening the left leg forward and then pick up your right heel and put your right heel against your perineum, against the muscle between your legs. Very good. Hands go forward and reach for your shin. With a straight back, just lean forward a little bit and feel the pressure of your right heel against your perineum. Exhaling here. Inhale. Exhaling here. Yeah, you're not sitting on the heel, you're just applying pressure. And I need to explain that, unlike what I just said, that we are untwisting here, that's not possible here. So for the first chakra, we can only apply pressure. So that's what we're doing. We're applying pressure at that knot, trying to loosen it. Then with an even longer back, let's try to come forward. If it's available to you, come into a full head to knee pose, Janu Shivasana. Exhaling here. And in this system, we always start with exhaling. I'll explain that another day. So just exhale deeply, and then the inhale is automatic. So deep exhale. And one last deep exhale here. And inhaling yourselves up, stretching the right leg long, and now picking up the left heel And keep the left heel against your perineum like that. Really feeling the pressure. Hands again reaching for your shin. Long back. And big smile. Very good. Beautiful. Exhaling. And then walking yourself forward, increasing the pressure. And maybe it's available to you, head to knee, exhale. One last deep exhale. Walk yourselves back up and bring your soles of your feet together into a Baddha Konasana. You can open the soles like a book, and you can maybe go into a butterfly motion here. The idea, obviously, is now the stretching part, right? The second part. So we are stretching the side channels in the area of the Muladhara chakra and pushing down with our elbows, the side, and coming forward, long back, just as far as you can. Exhaling here. 2, 3, 4, 5, and coming up. Very good. Okay, so please bring your legs into Sukhasana, easy pose. One lower leg in front of the other. And let's just sit here with your hands in Shin Mudra or however you would like to, but it's important to sit up really straight. Because now we have to isolate the area of our perineum, so the muscle in between the legs. And we are going to do this pumping motion that I talked about, this pooling that is necessary of the energy we freed. So we're going to go contract and release and try to isolate. So not do any contractions in the face or in the stomach. And I know it's difficult, but let's try. Contract, release, contract, release, contract, release, contract, release. 2 more times, contract, release, and contract, and release. Great. Now we have to distribute this energy. So you can come into your preferred cross-legged position, either cross-legged or lotus, or stay in easy pose. And what we're going to do now, so we're going to put the hands behind us. We're going to prop us up onto our knees, and we're going to fall onto this area. 1, 2, and 3. And 3 exhales here. 1. Exhale 2. Exhale 3. And 2 more rounds. So 1, 2, 3. Very good. Exhaling here. 2. And 1. Third round. 1, 2, 3. And exhaling. 1, 2, and 3. Excellent. Okay. So let's come into vinyasa. Let's come into Beautiful plank pose. Let's see how strong is it. Check your stomach. Is it tight? Wonderful. Okay. Knees, chest, chin. Coming through to cobra pose. Curl your toes under into downward facing dog. Exhaling here quickly. Looking up in between your hands and walk or jump through and come to seated. We are moving on to the Swadhisthana chakra, second chakra. It's located on top of your tailbone, just inside the spine. Okay, so let's lie down because we need to twist here. Lift your left leg straight up into the air and put your left foot onto your right thigh above the knee. Then please reach your right arm up and grab your left knee and then gently pull your left knee over to the right side. Very gently. We don't often do this. And the left arm goes out to the side perpendicularly. And while the left knee drops over to the right side, your head is looking over your open palm on the left side. Deep exhales and automatic inhales here. Untwisting side channels here at the second chakra. One last deep exhale. And gently bring your left knee back up. Stretch your left leg into the sky and lower your left leg. And so now the right leg goes up and your right foot on top of the left thigh. And your left arm reaches for the right knee and gently pulls it over to the left side. And you're looking over to the right side of your right stretched out arm. One last deep exhale. Bringing your right knee back up. Stretching the right leg into the sky. And lower your right leg down. Wonderful. Come to sit. So we are going to stretch this area here. And very simple. We're just going to reach for our shins again, like we did before. And we're slowly walking our hands forward, keeping the back very straight. And now, because this is special to Lady Niguma yoga, we are breathing in and out of the chakra we're working on. So, you know, where the mind goes, the energy flows, right? So breathing out and in of that chakra here. So that's what you are focusing on. Really intensifying the work there. Exhale. Exhale again. For those of you who want to go lower and come to full Paschimottanasana, that if your knees need to be a little bent, that's okay too. But the back has to stay straight. Real nice stretch for the second chakra here. Exhale. Last deep exhale. And on your next inhale, come back up. Bring your legs closer. Bring them even up. Hold them. And now we're going to pull the energy that we freed. So let's keep the legs parallel to the floor. And for those of you who can, just let go of the hands and keep them parallel to your lower legs. Very beautiful, all of you. Very nice. Great. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can straighten your legs, hold them here. Very nice. Still breathing in and out of your second chakra in the back. Very beautiful. Pulling the energy. Slowly bringing your legs down, putting them about hip width apart in front of you. And to distribute the energy now, we're going to lie down with your feet. They stay hip width apart like that. And your hands can come into cactus. And we are going to engage in windshield wiper. So your knees are dropping over to the left side. Then you bring them back up. And then to the right side. And back up. Left side. And a few times at your own pace, just so you really feel or distributing the energy. Very good. 2 more to each side. And then bring the knees up. Okay, so from here, jumping into a plank pose. Very good. Okay, then come into your own vinyasa, either knees, chest, in, or even chaturanga down. I cobra up, or facing dog, and into downward facing dog. Deeply exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Very good. So moving on to the third chakra, picking up the left foot, put it in between your hands, and lower it down to your right knee. So 2 90-degree angles behind each knee. So not a lunge or anything like that, but like that's very beautiful. Lifting your right arm up. And now let's twist, right? Over the left knee and left thigh. Bring your hands into Anjali Mudra and deeply twist. Maybe even trying to look towards the sky if you can. The third chakra is located opposite your belly button of Manipura chakra. And so that's where we are starting to untwist side channels. Smiling always helps. It's a pose in and of itself. It loosens the side channels at the nose, where the channels begin. Therefore, releasing the chakra at your third eye. Looking down over your left leg, bring your hands outside your left foot and step your right foot next to the left. We're going right into a stretch here. So look halfway up and then fold over your thighs. Deep stretching of the third chakra here. Still breathing in and out there. Lifting your knees a little bit, that will relax your hamstrings and give you more fold here, more stretching of the back. Looking halfway up. And now we are going to step the left foot back and we are coming onto the left knee. I'm going to turn around so I can face you, bringing the left arm up and then way over the right thigh. Very good. Hands in Anjali Mudra. Wow, I don't even have to say anything. You're already there. Beautiful. And deep twisting, or shall we say untwisting. Try to open your shoulders. Very beautiful. And then look over your right foot. Put your hands outside your right foot and step the right foot next to the left foot, I'm sorry, next to the right. Look halfway up. And we're doing another forward fold, but this time we're putting the palms of our hands under the soles of our feet. So looking halfway up and really pulling our torso close to the thighs, lifting the knees, stretching the area of the third chakra in the back. Deep exhale. Lifting your head up. Release your hands from underneath your feet and come down to seated. Very good. So for those of you here in the room, I apologize that I cannot assist this time because there are also people watching. So I need to stay up front here. I apologize. Next time we might do it with assisting as well. So we have to now pull the energy that we freed from the third chakra. And the way we're doing this is with leg lifts. So please come to lie down on your backs. And point your feet very strongly, very straight legs. And then flex your left foot and bring it up. Point your foot and lower down. Same on the right side, flexing up and pointing down. Flexing up, pointing down. Flexing up, pointing down. A few more times at your own pace. One last time, each side, left up, and down, right up, and down. Very good. Now, put both your hands underneath your buttocks, and we're going to go into a double leg lift. So lifting both feet and legs at the same time, flexing them up, and pointing them down. Maybe not even lowering them all the way down. Up, and down, up, down, up, down, down. Two more times. Up, down, and lower all the way down. Release your hands from underneath your buttocks. Very good. Okay, and please come to seated. So now we need to distribute this energy, and the way we're going to do it, we're going to use like our inbuilt bellow, which is like, now we have to really push the energy up. And we're going to do this by doing a Kapalabhati breathing. So it's also known by the name of shining skull. We are going to throw our belly against the spine. And while we're doing this, we are engaging in a sharp exhale. So if you want, you can put one hand on your belly so you can feel the backward motion here. And then we are going to first exhale and inhale. And then we're going to do 20 counts of the Kapalabhati. So very good. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Very good. Okay, let's do one more round. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, and let's go. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Very good. Okay. So on we go to the fourth chakra, the Dharma chakra, the heart chakra. And the somewhat bad news I didn't tell you is that around the heart, there is a triple knot. So we have to do some extra work on the heart, okay? So let's come into plank pose. Come into your favorite vinyasa, either knees pressed in or Chaturanga down. Over, walk the toes up. And deep exhale, stretch in your downward facing dog. Very good. Look up through your hands and walk or jump through to seated. Very good. So the twist here is identify your left leg, put your left foot over your right knee, bend your right lower leg, sit up very straight on both sit bones, and then reach your right arm up. Push your left knee in a little bit and go into a deep twist over your left thigh. Very good. Hands are making a beautiful sun with rays like that. Very nice. And then for those of you who can do it, please try to look over your left shoulder. Left shoulder is down. Smile over your left shoulder. And think of your heart chakra, which is also in the back. It's related to the heart, but it is in the back. And try to breathe in and out of there. Then slowly releasing, come into a small counter twist. And let's change legs. Lifting your left arm up, pushing your right knee inward a little bit, and reach all the way over your right knee, and come into the seated side angle twist here. And try to look over your right shoulder. Breathing in and out of your heart chakra in the back. It's like at the bottom of your shoulder blades, like your wings. That's where the heart chakra is, inside of your spine. Very good. Gently release, come into a small counter twist. And into plank pose. Very good. Your favorite vinyasa, here we go. Lowering down, coming up, and downward facing dog. Legs taken care of. Then let's pick up the left foot, put it in between our hands, and let's come into a deep warrior two, deeply bending the left leg. Yes. Yes, very good. Open your hands up to the sky. Really connect with your heart chakra in the back. Reach forward and come into dancing warrior. Beautiful. Reaching forward and back. Reaching forward, back. One last time. Forward and back. Straighten your left leg. Turn around to the other side. Deeply bend the right leg. Beautiful. Warrior two is here. Yes, nice. Look over your right index finger or middle finger and look determined and soft at the same time. Open your palms to the sky. Reach forward and back. Forward and release forward. And again, one last time. Forward and back. And coming up. Straighten your right leg. Bring the back foot in a little bit. And let's bring the left arm right next to the ear. Very good. So we're going into Trikonasana, and do not lose the connection between the ear and the arm. Reaching over and very strongly stretching the left side. Heart is pushing forward. You're like in between two panes of glass. Very flat. Good. Hold here, ear is still touching the arm. And slowly coming up. Turning the right foot in and the left foot out. Reaching the right arm next to the ear and reaching over into Trikonasana here, giving your right side a very good stretch. Very good. Slowly coming up and walking your feet together. Okay. Put your weight into your left foot. And let's bring the right foot up against your left thigh into just like a little break here into a tree pose. If you want, you can bring your arms up. And lower your hands under your heart. Bring your right foot down, put your weight into the right foot and leg, and do the same on the other side. Just standing here. Down. And also bring your leg. Wonderful. Very beautiful. Now, let's apply some pressure on our heart. The pose is called Viparita Karani, and it looks like it's also called a half shoulder stand. So please come and sit down. And we are going to roll onto our backs, and we are trying to find that kind of an energy ball of our heart chakra. So it's where I explained, like at the bottom of your wings. And because everybody is different, let's try to find it. So let's bring our legs up, a little overhead. Your arms are stretched out to hold you in place. And let's find that place in the back where your heart chakra is. And let's apply some pressure there. Just be patient, just try to find it. And we're going to stay here for 10 breaths. 2, 3. You can lower your head to the ground. 4, 5, 6, 7, rolling out and coming into our plank pose. You got your favorite vinyasa. Lowering down, coming up into downward facing dog. Exhaling here. Okay. So, as I said, we need to work a little bit more on the heart because there are 3 knots, and we are going to do that with 2 gentle back bends. So come forward into plank pose and gently lower yourself down to the ground. Pillow your hands, pillow your cheek on your hands. Start with the left cheek on the top of your hand and resting here, very good. Then bring your arms all the way back to the floor. The tops of your feet are on the floor and your feet are pointed. And then you can stretch your arms back, interlace your arms behind you. The forehead is still on the floor. And then you're lifting your head, your feet, and your arms. And you're lifting. Very nice. A big smile. Releasing the Ajna chakra. And definitely releasing the knot at the heart. Here. Beautiful, guys. Wow. Slowly lower down. And pillow your right cheek onto your hands. Deep exhale here. You need to rest here because otherwise this will make you tense. Then bend your knees and reach the top of your feet or even your ankles with your palms. Still looking down. And then push into your palms with your ankles or your tops of the feet, coming into bow by pushing into your palms. And you will rise like an elevator. Very nice. And smile. Beautiful. Maybe rocking back and forth a little. And lowering your legs down. Hello, your left cheek one more time. Exhaling deeply. Okay, so from here, we are going to push ourselves into downward facing dog. Deep exhale here again. And then let's look forward. Walk or jump through into seated. Because we are going to distribute the energy for the really fun exercise. It's a horse roll, like kids would do, okay? So we're distributing the energy alongside the spine, and we're just going back and forth. Having fun like this, at your own pace. Two more times. And we're jumping into plank pose. Very good. Okay, wonderful. Lowering down. Chaturanga or just facing cobra. And downward facing dog. Deep exhale here. So that was the heart. We still have the throat chakra and the crown chakra. And they are, of course, equally important. So let's look up. And again, walk or jump through your hands and come to seated. So the hands go behind you, the feet are hip width apart, and we're going to come into a reverse tabletop. So really, buttocks all the way up, as if someone could serve tea on your bed. Very straight. Okay. Your head, if you can, let it go down, release it, and then turn to the left and right, untwisting the side channels here at the back of the throat. Nice. Very good. Buttocks stays up, up. You know, it's easy to lose. And now you can lose it. Lower it down. Very good. Okay. So the obvious stretch for the throat chakra side channels is, of course, the shoulder stand. So if you have a neck issue, please do not go into shoulder stand. If you do have a neck issue, then I would recommend you do another half shoulder stand like we did before. But if you do have a shoulder stand, please come into it. Be careful with your neck, even if you normally do it. And let's get that stretch. Okay. Wonderful. Be your own best stretch. Thin wrists on chest. And please direct your attention to the back of your neck. Breathing out and in from there. Then slowly lower your legs into Halasana. If you normally do it, you can try to lower your knees to your ears, to the floor. Only if you normally do it to intensify the stretch. Otherwise, just stay in Halasana. Then very slowly roll out vertebrae by vertebrae. Long legs. And floor. And come to seated. We're going to again bring the energy up here. And the way we're going to do this is by doing an Uddiyana Bandha. So you come into your favorite cross-legged seat. Hands are in Chin Mudra, very straight back. And now you're going to pull the stomach in and up. So in and up. And you lower your chest to chin in Jalandhara Bandha. Don't breathe. And exhale. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale deeply. And exhale. And let's do that one more time. So inhale, push your stomach back and up. Lower your head and your chin to chest and hold your breath. And exhale. Deeply inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Very good. Okay. Second to last pose is a fish pose. So most of you know it, but let me show you. So you're sitting up straight, and then you bring your hands behind you. Some of you might want to go on to the hands under your buttocks. Bring the elbows together, and if you can, release the head to the floor. Doesn't have to be the floor, but direction floor. And really stretch the foot area. Feet are pointed. And slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming up, head is last. And deeply exhale. So here we are. Our last chakra, arguably the most important to open, is the Mahasukha chakra, so the crown chakra. And the obvious way of doing that, because we cannot twist and stretch and gather and distribute, we can only apply pressure here. and do the job. So it's either a headstand, but please only go into headstand if you can do it by yourself, because I cannot assist today. If you don't have a headstand, for everybody online and here, please do the following. Come into a rabbit pose, meaning sitting on your heels, putting your hands inside and the thumb outside over your heel, and then come forward and just put your crown onto the floor and go forward until your arms are stretched. That will give you a very good pressure on your head and will open the crown chakra for you. For everybody else, please come into headstand for a few moments and let's open those side channels and get them away from the central channel. Breathing out and in of your crown chakra. There you are, slowly coming out. Keeping your head down in child's pose and deeply exhale. Gently coming up. And let's go straight into Shavasana. Just let it all go. Let the conscious breathing go. Let the hands fall out to the side. Let the feet fall out to the side. Maybe wiggle your hips into the ground. Flatten your shoulder blades. Release your jaw into a smile. And let your eyes fall deeply into your eye sockets. And slowly deepen your breath. Come back to the room. And wiggle your fingers and toes. And then slowly roll over to your favorite side. There, with your eyes still closed, make your way back into a cross-legged seat. And then bring your hands in front of your heart. And then think of someone or maybe several people who you would like to dedicate your effort towards. Your efforts to achieve greater, deeper understanding, more compassion, and more balance in all energies to bring the world together, closer in understanding. Understanding that really our world comes from helping one another. And so if you want to dedicate this wisdom to someone, please do so. And then on the next inhale, open your eyes. And thank you so much for practicing today. Namaste. Okay. Thank you so much for coming, and I hope you feel good and you feel balanced and all of those good things. Thank you so much for coming. Bye.